Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. May peace be upon those who follow the guidance. Welcome to Make It Plain. I'm your host, Askia Abdul Aziz Muhammad Toure al-Muslimun. My objective is not to be sarcastic towards any person or any group or any entity, but my objective is to be in compliance to the rules of equity and fairness. Today's topic is going to be about tattoos. We live in a society where you see many people of different age groups, they tattooing their body. They putting tattoos on their arms, their legs, their face, their necks. You're seeing this. They've been influenced by athletes. They've been influenced by entertainers. So this is the culture that you live in, because they look at these people as being an example or some type of role model that you should follow. But in Islam, the final revelation to mankind, in Islam, it's not permissible to put tattoos on your body. Why? Because your skin, you are created by Allah, and I would say Allah because Jesus in his native tongue, in the Arabic language, he called on Allah. In the Arabic language, the word for God is Allah. So if it's good for Jesus, may peace be upon him, it should be good enough for you. So Allah, the creator, he created the heavens and the earth. He created the trees, the birds, things that you see and things that you cannot see. But he also created your skin. So in Islam, you do not mutilate the creation of Allah. You don't mutilate it. And your skin is part of the creation of Allah. Let me give you an example. During Mother's Day, for instance, in this culture in America, many people will go out and buy some flowers for their mother. Now in Islam, we don't have a Mother's Day. Every day is Mother's Day in Islam. There's a hadith or a saying of the Prophet Muhammad. There was a situation one time when a man came to the Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon him, and he asked the Prophet Muhammad, who is entitled to the best of my companionship? So the Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon him, he told him, he said, your mother. Then the man said, who's next? And then the Prophet Muhammad said, your mother. Then the man said, who's next? And then the Prophet Muhammad said, your mother. Then the man said, who's next? Then the Prophet Muhammad said, your father. So the point being is, in Islam, Mother's Day is every day. But in America, you have people that come up with ideas, they invent things, and these holidays, they become commercialized, and often they're not actually in the Bible, in the book that a lot of the non-Muslims are following. I mean, a lot of the non-Muslims, you're not following the Quran. You've been taught through slavery and through other means. You had the Spanish Inquisition. The people came to Mexico and other places and forced the people to become Catholics, and these people are speaking Spanish, and many of them are Catholics. Then you have the foundation of African Americans, people who descendants were slaves. They were forced to believe in the King James Version of the Bible and things of that nature. So in Islam, every day is Mother's Day. So if you go out and buy your mother some flowers, you're not going to buy her some flowers, some roses or some tulips with paint on it. You're not going to do that because it's going to distort the natural beauty of the flower. This is an example of a flower. You don't go out here and sprinkle paint on it. You don't distort it. You don't disfigure it. You don't deform it. You try to maintain the natural beauty of it. So in Islam, tattooing is unlawful. It's not permissible. You don't distort the creation of Allah. And the word for that in Arabic, that which is unlawful, that which is not permissible, is the word haram. This is a word that many of you all should try to learn, especially the foundational African Americans, because when your ancestors came over here, they knew what the word haram meant. But in America, they took Islam away from them. They took all that away from them. They worked your ancestors with son of the sunset. They did all these horrendous things. So you don't know the deen or the religion of Islam because they took that away from you. So one of the words in Islam, that's not permissible to do, this word is haram. It means it's unlawful and it's not permissible. So in Islam, it's not permissible, it is haram to put tattoos on your body because you are disfiguring Allah's creation. So you all should try to not do that. You should try to teach your children. Now, in the Muslim culture, when we have a festival, a celebration, often what the women do, like for instance at the end of the month of Ramadan, we have a festival that usually lasts about 3 days. What women often do, they go and buy henna. This is a packet of henna, and they put henna on their hands or on their arms. They have these beautiful designs, and it looks like a tattoo, but it's not a tattoo. It's not on there permanently. So they're not really disfiguring Allah's creation. They just put it on, it stays on for 2 or 3 days, and it comes off. This is the customs and traditions of your ancestors that came from Africa. But what the problem is, your education in America, they did not want you to know that because they did not want to enlighten you on what was over there other than the people who were savages and they run around half naked, didn't have no clothes on, wearing masks on their face. That's the way you was educated. But the point I'm trying to make is that Muslim women, they don't put tattoos on their face. They don't do that. It's haram. It's not permissible. It's not permissible for you to disfigure the beauty of God's creation, Allah's creation. You should not do that. You don't go out there and put paint on trees and flowers. You don't go out there and distort the creation of Allah. So it is haram. It is haram for you to do that. So hopefully you learn something from this. There's many videos I want to do. This is just something that I noticed that in this culture, you see a lot of people wearing tattoos. And you should try to teach your children and your grandchildren, the next generation, do not do that. Do not do the tattoos. Do not mutilate God's creation. Don't put paint and things on a beautiful flower. Don't distort it. Don't disfigure it. Don't deform it. Don't do that. It is haram. It is haram. It's not permissible, and you should not do that. So, without any more talk, I'll leave you with this. Inshallah, I'll talk on another subject. Maybe the next subject may be on the Bible. There's many things I want to share with you. There's many things that I want to talk about, many topics. But today we focus in on the tattoo. Tattoo is not permissible. You should not distort or deform or disfigure God's creation. And your skin is part of God's creation. So until next time, Assalamu alaikum. May peace be with you.